In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but staticky, fuzzy.
I'm hearing you to the. I ain't getting you to the headset. I know you hear me to the laptop.
Yeah.
I got different headset
You look
now.
like but even your video inside look like you're far away.
Say that again.
Your video look like you just started.
Yeah, let me see.
It look
I'm trying to get it.
like the start.
I'm in the room, but I wonder why it. I really move or just in the same spot.
Okay,
I ain't got a connected headset. Hold on. Let me see.
Anyway, Jimmy, where you shoot this at Saturday life over there. Oh, then in the south. Welcome back to Ellen Boys Football Talk. It's your boy C Money, Treaty, Kid Jizzle, representing the Niners, the Eagles, and the Carolina Panthers. This was our first show after the Super Bowl, where the Chiefs went ahead and beat the 49ers. Let's go. It was 25-22.
Mhm.
I think a hell of a game for those of us who like those close, tight games. And then kind of disappointing defeat for my 49ers. So tonight we just recap that game a little bit, and then let it sink in that we ain't got no more football on Sundays
You go better.
for a few months. You know, all the wives and the girlfriends and everybody cheering and jumping up, coming with a honey-do list for weekend of fellas. But you know, we can see how we make it for the next couple of months. You look better, Sheila.
You can hear me now? You can hear me too?
Yeah, go there.
All right. So I'm just talking and think, but yeah, you know, seeing already said it. See money in the building, Jizzle in the building, Street in the building, streaming off our YouTube page, our Facebook page, and then shortly in a few minutes our Twitter page. This is what likely the last show until the 2024 season. We probably will go closer to March when activity starts to pick up. But last show talking about the 2023 season. You know, we ended it off with the Super Bowl. We got a lot to talk about on the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs victory over the San Francisco 49ers. So I'm sure Shane has a lot to say. I know me and Jizzle have a lot to say as well. And then also the other set of news that Steve Wilkes is no longer the defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers because Shanahan relieved Steve Wilkes of his duties. So we'll get into that. I think for Philly and Carolina is still the same news like before. It's nothing much.
It's quiet right now.
But as the month comes to an end, you'll have franchise tags and a few re-signings, and then as March rolls on, get ready for the new league year. But today is all about that Super Bowl game. Before we get into it, you know what we usually see: like and subscribe to our page. Hit that subscribe button so you can always be up to date on all the latest content. And if you ever want to join the show, our guest hit us out a DM on Twitter, and we can get you on the show. But as we were saying, yeah, San Francisco 49ers was the Kansas City Chiefs. Everyone watched it. It was one of, I think, the most viewed Super Bowl ever. Um, I know I have my opinion. KG has his opinion, but that's Shade's 49ers. So we'll let Shade get his word out on that game, and then we'll get into the other news after. So Shane, I mean, it was all you. You watched it. What's your? You got time to digest it now. You got a mic.
Yeah, like you said before, disappointing loss to the Super Bowl for my 49ers there. Um, I want to say though, like you said, it was one of the most viewed Super Bowls in the Super Bowl era. Um, I think it was a good game from the 49ers and the Chiefs. Um, both sets of coaches, offensive coaches and defensive coaches, had a hell of a battle, as it was a back and forth game to struggle for contention. Um, both teams, I think, were firing on all cylinders. Jocelyn and Justin above at each other, with Mahomes on one side and Purdy and the 49ers on the other side. And I think if you go back to a couple of shows, um, we talk about how the 49ers should be able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Like we need to beat the Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers, beat the 49ers. So they need to take away Kelsey. I think Kelsey in the game, in the AFC Championship game, had 11 for 11 targets and receptions and X amount of yards. It was clearly Mahomes' target. The game plan by Wilkes was awesome. I think he had a good game plan to shut down Kelsey, and was a very productive game plan in the first half until I think Kelsey didn't have no catches in the first half. He even had a spat on the sideline against Andy Reid, where he kind of like pushed Andy Reid and yelling at Andy Reid and stuff like that. Um, Obviously frustrated that he can't get in the game. I think at that time the score was 10-3 for an Allen in control of the Super Bowl at that point. And then by the unfortunate luck of whatever, JP left him back on the field after a good special teams punt return and tears his Achilles. So at that point, you have the person that in charge of or helping to shut down Kelsey across the middle, you might want to tight end and he's a linebacker, goes down, and you bring in your backup. Last couple clips, you can see where Mahomes, when they see 57 go on Mahomes with what's his name, Steve Nagy, that hey, 57 hurt, 57 hurt. And they know, and I think from that point, Kelsey start getting open on some plays. It wasn't really big, but he just got open, giving Mahomes that outlet that he needed to escape the pressure. He was under pressure, and then kind of open Kansas City up a little bit to go ahead and start move their offense more productive and get back into the way where they're pretty regularly. I think Mahomes two interceptions that the Pioneers weren't able to capitalize on. Score no points. I think that's one of the big things where Pioneers dropped off. I think they had two opportunities: a Checo fumble and an interception by Mahomes that put us in good position to score. But I think the interception came first. So the Checo fumble came first, and I think all the penalties pushed the Pioneers back over the goal range or the score contention. And then the Checo fumble and for the went I think going 3-0 on that occasion. Then the Pioneers kind of I think it was the first drive going on the field, moving the ball very well against that market defense. That's like Royal defense. And moving the ball down the field, down in the red zone, down in the 10-yard line, give it to the best player on the offensive team and fumble the ball. Fumble away. Okay. And defense comes out, they hold the Chiefs. Very competitive game in the first half. Things start to get to where at that point, you're waiting for one team to make a mistake, or have a mistake. Finals, that would be the team that made the most mistakes. Couldn't capitalize on the things that she did as well. Finals, after the fumble by Caffrey, after the injury by Blah, he had a block field goal that would have put the Finals up by 2 goals, something that Finals were never able to do against the Chiefs. I think if they were able to go by 2 goals, it would have been a different reaction today with the Finals, probably performance by how you could score 25 yeah, black field goal from the game was still at hand at that point. And a special team punt, but the punt came back and hit one of the blockers, one of the 4 blockers back in. Bounced off him and didn't live the trying to try to pick it up, missed the pick up, and he's going to go through jump on the ball, recover the ball, makes he had a score and play out. But I think that's where he played the game up actually. And he was up and jumped in after that. The game went to overtime. We said it was a good game. I got to get the ball first to win him. They scored a touchdown for a field goal. And then Mahomes had the ball after that. It's on the field. And he scored the game touchdown. Still, it's a point. So I got a couple of years. My key from the game, as saying that he gave them 30 saves for the last couple of years after the Super Bowl is that I ain't gonna stick with nitpicking what could have been, that after the fact. 2 things we played well against each other. Got 2 defensive drives, one negative, 40 heads against each other. 2 offensive, so they're not working heads, one each other. And teams that executed better than other teams. They have penalties, they have the turnovers. What to do? Like I said, they can message, I don't know if I message, so that, that. And if you allow it, now I say that don't happen. Now, I think in the first half, we had Chelsea under control, we really had them on tackle, we really had them under pressure, and we didn't know what to do at that point.
Wait, hold on there, Shane. Hold on there. I don't know if it's just me. Like, KG, you can hear Shane good, or it's probably just me?
I think he might. Yeah, I think he might a little bit.
It almost sound like in like a tunnel, right?
A little bit there.
Yeah, Shane, check that. I just want to make sure it's just.
Yeah, me up?
Yeah, good now, yeah.
Yeah, good now, yeah.
I had a ton of I had it on default. I had a ton of volume.
Okay.
Alright, so saying the holding Kelsey, eliminating Kelsey from the game basically, and had Mahomes rattle and had him, flustered a little bit. You could see it. Had the game at that point, I think, under control. And then Greenlaw got injured. That was a big one. Like I was saying, I messaged one of y'all or messaged in the chat saying that Greenlaw injury gonna hurt us. And so, it allowed Kelsey to start to get into the game, get to roll into the game a little bit. And then, like I say, the fumble by McCaffrey in the beginning, I think, was a kind of game changer too. And then the special teams fumble and the punt return was another point where
the special team fumble was bigger than the fumble by McCaffrey.
Yeah, because the fumble
was in your territory.
Yeah, it was all in. The fumble McCaffrey was all in. It was down on their side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
The team's fumble was a stringing momentum of the game that got us there. And then the black field goal kind of hurt too, but I don't think that was detrimental at that point.
I know. I see a lot of people putting it on there, but I can't put it on the black field.
You can't put it on the black field.
The black field goal fall to a point where it if you had hit the block field goal, it would have been a difference. But at that point of the game, the block field goal wasn't a big thing. I agree with KG. I think his fumble is what had the momentum swing and allowed the Chiefs to kind of like hang around in come back and tie up the game and go into overtime. And then, I ain't worried about what overtime is. Everybody harping on why you would get the ball first. I just think you get the ball first, you score a touchdown, then you put the pressure on them to score. If you don't get the ball first, he goes on, he scores a touchdown, you gotta come up and score. I don't think it matters who get the ball first in overtime. I really don't. And to me, I don't. I just think you get the ball, you do what you gotta do, and then you go to stop or score. That's how it is in overtime. And I don't know what to say about the Super Bowl. Leah, you get your opinions, and then we could talk about Wilt after I give my opinions about the Super Bowl.
All right, so wait, before KG gets on, I know we talk about the game itself. If you gotta throw blame somewhere, seeing where you throw it, because you didn't win, so you at the end of the day, teams that are built for the Super Bowl that don't win, a blame gotta go somewhere. So
I could blame.
from your point of view, where you throwing your blame?
I think we had some costly penalties that were uncalled for, especially when they pick him off, when they did interception, and then we had these penalties that pushed us back out of scoring range, and then the fumble and the special teams. I don't even know if I want to blame that, and I don't even want to call that blame because that to me that's just dumb luck. Y'all look at the play where Chris Jones had run where nobody blocked Chris Jones. Remember, you see that play?
That was a blocking assignment by the offensive lineman.
So it's like, to me,
Your center should have called out.
right? If I have to blame, I can put a blame on the offensive line.
But then the center should have. Why nobody blocking Chris Jones is beyond me.
That's your bro. He should be the number one.
Remember the guard crash.
Yeah.
The right guard crashed. The right guard crashed to help something because they had a blitz coming. Went after the blitzer when he should have just go at Chris Jones. He did see it. He did see he crashed. He made a round mistake. So okay, your blame goes more to.
I think it was the offensive line because not only because of that, but because of them. They had some stupid holding calls up there too when they intercept the ball. So to me, if I want to focus, if I have to blame something, I have to go on my offensive line play. I don't think was up to par. They weren't bad, but they weren't up to par. They weren't up to par. They made some crucial mistakes, and I think those crucial mistakes, it was a game changer.
Okay. All right. So okay, we get Shane point of view from it, which is okay. KG, I know you got a lot to say. I got a lot to say as well. I'll let you take the floor. Shane, you can. I was jumping based on what KG said. Go ahead, Jose.
Another great Super Bowl again between the two teams, 49ers Chiefs. You gotta give your hats off to the two defensive coordinators in Steve Wilks and Steve Spagnuolo. Those guys came up with a great defensive game plan from start to finish. I think a lot of us expected this to be much more of a higher scoring game than it actually was. But those defensive coordinators in totality came out with a good game plan. Both teams had 2 turnovers each on both sides. I think the game-changing play or the momentum shift was that fumble, the muff punt by the San Francisco 49ers. I know why his name is Danny Gray didn't just fall on the ball and instead of try to pick it up. You see the ball going. Where you try to pick up the ball for? Fall on the damn ball. Lift the play another down. I think in the first half, for the San Francisco 49ers. Bosa was playing out of his mind for a little bit. What was the linebacker name? Fred Warner was playing good also as well. We finally got a Chase Young sighting. Chase Young finally made a few plays in a run game and also in a pass rushing too as well. I think he got a sack too. The 49ers are winning in the trenches all in the first half as well. They also had a 10-point lead all in the first half too. You kind of see Kansas City was kind of struggling too in the first half. I think Andy Reid had a bad game calling plays in the first half too because he couldn't really fully understand what Kansas City was doing other than the Kansas City. On offense. You couldn't really understand what Kansas City was doing, and you couldn't really understand what Andy Reid was calling. Also at the same time, I think he also had a good play call. A good play call when you had, I think it was Valdes Scantling, either McCall Hardman, and you had Travis Kelce running down the field. Each of them were wide open. He could have hit either one of them, and he would have had big gains. I think that was a good play call by Andy Reid in the first half. But what happens is they were driving, Pacheco had a fumble. There you go. But all in all, in totality, I don't like what I saw from Kai Shanahan at all in an offense at all. You can't tell me you had 2 weeks to prepare and you come out with your offense looking like that. You had look like the Philadelphia Eagles when we play the Kansas City Chiefs. There was no. Yes, you have the misdirection. Yes, you have the certain things of your offense. But where was everything after that? It seems like in the run game, when you ran that misdirection, Spags had an answer for that. There was no. I didn't see much of an answer for the blitz from Kai Shanahan. Every time Spags ran a blitz, it was always a pressure situation. It was never where Spags calling a blitz, and you could see where either the lineman, the offensive lineman, or even the tight end, or even the quarterback picked up the blitz. There were lots of time when the blitz was called. I was also looking for some game-changing type plays. The good play call that I saw was that touchdown that they threw the ball to Jennings, and Jennings threw the ball to McCaffrey. He had a good touchdown. That was a very good play call. But other than that, you didn't see no good play call from Kai Shanahan. With those type of weapons and those type of receivers that you had on offense, I was expecting a much better offensive play calling game for Kai Shanahan. There's no way that your all-pro wide receiver in Ayuk, your all-pro tight end in Kittle was non-existent for what, 3.5 quarters? It's impossible. Kittle only had 2 catches. I think Kai Shanahan lost that game. I think he wasn't fully prepared for the Spags defense, even though he had 2 weeks to prepare. There was no, you could have put a couple wrinkles in that offense. There was no rollouts by the quarterback. No what you call it? No spread formations, none of that. You could even put in a little wrinkle of a read option at times with McCaffrey and Purdy, and using Kittle and Debo at times, certain times. There was no attacking the field vertically. I think I said in the last show, you can't just keep going horizontal all the time. You also got to attack vertically too. There was no attacking the seams with Kittle at the same time. Whether when Spags went either in man coverage or even cover 3, he wasn't attacking the seams. He kept going horizontal. So I think a lot of this game falls on Kai Shanahan because the defense has talent too as well, but most of your all-pro talent is on offense. The defense held their own. The offense just didn't pull it out in time. Purdy didn't lose the game for you, he didn't win the game for you. I think at some point, I don't know, it can be either next year, you're going to find out if Purdy is a quarterback for you. But he didn't make plays to actually find ways to actually pull out the game and win the game for you. Kyle Shanahan didn't have that game deciding drive to say, yeah, you could say Kyle Shanahan is in his bag calling a good game or even a good drive. I think Shanahan only had probably 2 good drives out of that game when it comes to play calling.
See?
But other than that, I gotta give credit to Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I think Andy Reid struggled in the first half, struggled in the second half too as well, because his play calling wasn't great. But when he went to overtime, he was able to jump in his bag and pull out a few plays that had Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, if they come up with a read option, he came up with a little wrinkle. That's why we're looking for Kyle Shanahan to come out with. You're deemed the offensive genius, you're deemed the offensive guru, you deemed this offensive great play caller. Give me something. When you know your team is struggling, you should know that your team is struggling. You should know that your 2 best wide receiving options aren't getting the ball. Get them the ball. I think there was another drive too. I think it was a couple drives in the third quarter where he went away from the run game, not feeding Christian McCaffrey too. It's another thing too as well. You got your best. You got the offensive player of the year. You got to feed him the ball some more. Also, whatever happened to 2 back sets? You got so much plethora of weapons on that team. You got to use them. There's no way Kittle and Ayuk and Debo should have 8 catches for less than 100 yards. That's unacceptable to me. You hear me cuss Nick Sirianni on Team at times for not getting his players in position to be successful and waiting too late to do it. Great game by both teams. I think Spags should have been defensive MVP. Not defensive MVP, but MVP in totality for that whole Super Bowl. Because he shut down that defense from start to finish. I mean, that offense from start to finish. To hold that Ferdinand's team to 22 points? And not having so much stars and not having so much the only players that you know under Kansas City defense is Chris Jones. And McDuffie. They're the only 2 output players on that team on defense. So you gotta give credit to Spags for that great defensive scheme that he came up with. But I think if it didn't happen next year, Kyle Shanahan gonna be in a hot seat. He's gonna be in a hot seat.
So, I a tough critic when it comes to Purdy. I mean, Shane has battled back and forth when it comes to Purdy. I'll get this out of the way early, Shane. Purdy ain't win the game for you and he ain't losing. So I ain't blaming Purdy. One thing I did see with the 49ers, it had almost looked like Garoppolo was playing. I really couldn't tell the difference between Purdy and Garoppolo in that smoke, to be honest. Against the Chiefs, it looked the same. He missed a couple deep throws, even though pressure was on him. But it to me it really looked like the same quarterback out there. And I blame it Purdy. So I don't want no one to see that I blame it Purdy. I think Purdy played a good game. But when you're going against Mahomes, you gotta play a great game. Sometimes you just gotta play a great game. I think watching that whole Super Bowl, I always thought like San Fran was just San Fran got him. San Fran got him.
Mm-hmm.
But San Fran just kept the door open for the Chiefs to stick around. I think it was just last opportunity, because if you could tell me that you held the Chiefs to 1 touchdown and a bunch of little field goals, I would easily say job well done. I would say that's a win. You don't normally hold Mahomes to 1 touchdown. If you hold him to 1 touchdown and a bunch of field goals, you know what you're saying? You're going to get frustrated Mahomes. You're going to get frustrated Kelsey. You're going to get a frustrated whoever else. And I think the defense, even though Greenlaw went down, the defense did what the defense was supposed to do in terms of that. Me, I agree with the way how KG said. I throw. That's why I asked him before we went where he throw he blame to, because at the end of the day, you still gotta throw blame somewhere you lose. The team built for the Super Bowl, and Super Bowl a boss. They made Super Bowl here, but they lost. So blame gotta go somewhere. To me, my blame, I put it on the entire offensive unit because you hold Kansas City to 19 points in regulations. That should have been enough to win the game with the way this offense does things. Shane is a big advocate for Porty. He talks big about Porty. Maybe I ain't the same person when it comes a little harder on Porty because of the system he runs. But if you hold your team to 19, I believe 100% of the times the 49ers should have win that game when you got no injuries on the offensive side. Now, if you had injuries, then I could say, yeah. But with a healthy team, to me, I don't know if Ayubo had a shit game. 11 targets in like 3 catches. He had a
game.
somebody got to call out Debo.
I think either McDuffie or Darius Sneed was inside the packet.
I don't know, but
he got
11 targets. You can't get 11 targets and only get 3. I got more respect for Debo than that, but in the biggest game of the year, that is unacceptable. I read something that said Ayuk didn't get I think he third catch or his second catch till like late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So he was missing for quite a bit of time. Again, Kelsey only had 2 catches the whole game. It was Jennings who gave it was Jennings. Jennings walked the middle. I always said me and KG was watching it and I said I don't understand why the Chiefs don't zone the middle because Paul is at his best throwing in the middle.
Them will completely focus on man to man. Killing us. The
thing about it is that you probably gonna throw that ball and throw it in the middle, and you, as Shane said, Mr. Tordong is. I keep thinking it's Gray. It ain't Gray, it's Jennings.
No, Jennings. Great, like KG say great earlier, but that was Ray McLeod. You got Danny Gray didn't play that.
I keep saying Gray.
I keep saying Gray too, but it's Jennings is, as Shane said, Mr. Tordong. My thing about it is though that she ain't gotta tell me this. You honestly feel that Chiefs defense could have slowed, before the game?
No. Before the game.
Yeah, when you look at the team,
that's why that too.
No. My
thing about that damn good watch not and so, but where I looking at the Chiefs defense and saying them gonna slow down what the partner. They could do it to Lamar ain't number 1 and so. But you got 2 ones, Debo and Ayuk. You got All Pro Kittle, that's a 1. You got McCaffrey, that's a 1 in anybody's book. 4 ones. And you come away with 19 points in regulation. To me, that's where the game went wrong. And Tina lack of trying. They left points on the board. It's just missed opportunity. And you see the thing about it is, like I say, how long you gonna keep Mahomes down? It can't happen a whole game.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, that team, as KG and Shane said, them teams is Super Bowl or bust. That's why it's so Shane so hard on team. When you don't win the Super Bowl, blame got to go wrong. And my blame, again, like I said, that's why I agree with KG. My blame gonna have to go on Shanahan because ain't no way that formidable offense with McCaffrey backfield, Kid Debo that could do all kinds of stuff. Ayuk, which is a damn good road runner, and Jennings, who's Mr. Tordong, should be held to 19 points. He's all right. He comes up with big plays. He's all right. McDuffie's all pro, yeah. Ain't no way Bolton and them fellas gonna stop Kittle. Chris Jones is the only havoc there. Sorry to say, I before the Super Bowl last and Charles Omena, who's gonna be huge because he was the other pass rusher that was actually doing stuff. But
he wasn't even needed.
The offense, I couldn't understand that the offense only had 19 points against the Chiefs. I don't care that the Chiefs expect, but the same way you expect, you're gonna respect Shanahan. Shanahan's shoulders got to be really, really heavy right now because I don't know what he telling himself right now while he home. I mean, he got a job. still got to run the team. At some point, are you gonna have to look and say, what the fuck you doing, Shanahan? Because yeah, you could get me here, but the team built to get here. Well, what happened? See, I always jump on Shane case when I see the problem with Garage in that thing. He on the field. Fine. Upon what enjoy about on the field, you know. He had two goals down the field there. He had a little pressure. And I think one was the Debo or one of them. Right now he run out of space or something. Or you like he stopped running. Or you can stop running.
Yeah, but I think it was he had one of them. You get, I think he went a route in the Carnifala.
Yeah, how long the Carnifala?
That was a damn good route.
That's why I say on the show, I thought Garoppolo was playing quarterback. Cause I didn't see the difference on this quarterback that being the changer for the team. In the cheaper, I just put Garoppolo in. Okay, money aside, look at a younger Garoppolo in the game because he didn't throw the ball down the field. But I stand this. I don't understand this notion that I don't know from Shane's perspective. He's the outside perspective. I furious at Shanahan because ain't no way you hold the team and you don't win that Super Bowl. I ain't getting to the overtime. Overtime, like I said, with the rule change, I a critic for catching. I wasn't taking the ball first. I said I wasn't taking it first. If you get a ball second, you got 4 downs. Because you know what the team do first. You put pressure on yourself on the first down. But in regulation, there's no way 19 points you hold that defense to. And like I say, Steve Wilkes called out the defense in the Lions. He embarrassed. It was unacceptable effort and what's not. I see Chase Young come right out of the gate hot. I say, okay, as we see on the show, that was intended for Chase Young. Chase Young looked like an angrier, more focused person. The team itself looked focused. I don't really feel like the glass of green light, helped change the game a little bit. But they were still in position to win the game. They still was. I can understand that Kansas City went on a dominant tear and then just rolled the 5-9. Got green light wasn't there. You still had every opportunity to win the game. Because when Mahomes threw that pick on third down, in the third quarter, that was an opportunity to get more ahead. Well, what the score was halftime? It was 10-3 or something like that. I think it was 10-3.
Yeah.
Ain't no way the 5-9 should have only had 10 points. Mm-hmm. The momentum was so heavy. You know how that I tell KG this year, that game remind me of how the Lions had jump on the 5-9ers in the first half. That's what the 5-9ers had feel like in that game. I tell KG that. I say the 49ers feel like the Lions jumping on the thing in the first half. Problem is, they never give themselves that lead. Never get that. You cannot keep Andy Reid, and you cannot keep Mahomes in the game. I don't care how much weapon. No, everybody talk about Mahomes in receivers. He went back to back without Tyreek Hill, without a damn number 1 receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't Kelsey there, but all the time without Tyreek Hill. He just went 2 back-to-backs without all them receivers is number 3s. Rice could develop good, but at this point, Rice is number 3. All of them is 3s.
They're not legit number 1.
And he.
They got number 2s.
I don't care that he do this and do, because guess what? I was saying the same thing if the Chiefs had lose. Your team holds to 19 points. You getting paid $56 million a year, whatever it is. You gotta elevate your team. But on this side, the offensive players and that 49ers did not elevate the offense. Shanahan did not elevate the offensive players. I would never put it on Purdy because I don't look at Purdy the way Shane look at Purdy. I look at Purdy as a very good quarterback, but he's not a game changer the way Shane may see another way. So I can't put it on Purdy to say he got to elevate the players. the offensive skill positions did not elevate the offense, and Shanahan did not elevate the offense the way he called the plays. That's
Agreed.
my blame on their 49ers team there. This is the last game of the season. This is what you went for. The 49ers made the championship game last year and lost to the Eagles. The year before they had Garoppolo in the Super Bowl. The team built to be Super Bowl or bust. What was the difference between the Super Bowl last year and the Super Bowl this year with them? Whether you could say Jimmy missed that throw down the field, but it looked like Jimmy was playing again because they had no down the field throwing either, except them two throws down the field. So I don't know the difference of why Jimmy got to be smiling because all the blame on he. But at some point, we got to start saying, Shanahan, you got to get one cloak. But you. I believe, and don't hate me for this, I believe if McVay was the head coach, he'd have win that Super Bowl. I believe so. That's just my opinion. I think Shanahan got a problem with pressure games, with hard pressure. I don't know what. Like I said, his shoulders gotta be very, very weighty.
You should know adjustment in that
Super
game.
Bowls. I would have never go away from I know the Kansas City started battle of the run, but in the third quarter, I wasn't going away from the run. I started to say, to me, McCaffrey is the best player on that team by far. You would have McCaffrey had over 30. He had 30 touches in the game, and he had passing and so. But he was rushing that ball over 30 times. I don't care. This is the last game. I feed McCaffrey because he can find a way, and he can wear down the defense. They went away from the run a few times in the third quarter.
They were three
straight
drives in that third quarter.
Their third quarter put the final third quarter percentage, third down percentage was horrible. They couldn't convert on third down. They couldn't convert on third down. Maybe that's not all important. That's probably the scheme. That's probably the blocking assignment. So at some point, I can't always blame. And this is what I just say. I can't always blame the coaches. I used to fucking players. You got to play too, man. Jesus Christ, you got to play. Because I can't sit here and say that one that Chris Jones went through, that's on Steve Wilkes. That's on Shanahan. That's on the damn lineman. You know Chris Jones is the one you got to block. And you let him play. You crash down on a player that your center done had. That's not on Shanahan. That's on the player. The 4th and 1 when the 49ers had 4th and 1, when the Chiefs had 4th and 1, and this was for the game. You had the read option, and Mahomes run that ball. That's strictly on Nick Bosa because you are not supposed to crash on a read option. Because it's the easiest way to just hold the ball and run. Bosa crashed on 4th and 1. If Bosa had contained, the game was over. Because Kelce was marked. Pacheco couldn't get through the line. And it would be Bosa and Kelce. And Bosa and Mahomes. And Mahomes will lose that. Mahomes was dead. Bosa crashed. And let Mahomes just hold the read option and run for the thing. It's simple little stuff like that. That very hard. And you don't expect it. But as KG said, the biggest game of the year, 2 weeks to put thing. My blame gotta go on Shanahan. I can't blame nobody. I could blame the special team coordinator, but the special team coordinator don't catch the punt. He don't catch the punt. That means I must blame the running backs coach because McCaffrey think no. I think it was bad planning in that second half. If I got to do a blame game, I put 95% on Shanahan. I have to. He's the head coach. He's the offensive coordinator. He runs the offense, but he's also the head coach. I have to. But I don't know. I actually thought all three of us picked the San Francisco.
All three of us just picked San Fran.
Yeah. I didn't expect the Chiefs to continue. What the Chiefs do to the Ravens,
I wasn't expecting them to fight us.
Do not have the receivers sitting. And when you play contain Lamar, it's hard for Lamar to be Lamar. But there's no way I thought the 49ers would have get hold in terms of how the Ravens get hold. I thought the 49ers would have scored at least 28 points. They got too much pieces around the puzzle to think. And as she and see, them fellas started man up on them fellas. Since when are you can't beat man to man? Since when um Debo can't beat man to man? When you go man to man, is either Justin Reed marking Kittle or linebacker get through on him. Since when
But you
Kittle
didn't see there. Call a pick play, bunch formation.
but I'll just go and say you do
Something
motion
like
plays.
that.
When you do motion plays, they can't jam you at the line. When you do bunch, it's hard to jam everybody. Where was these stuff, these little adjustments when we go into bunch formations? Well, I mean, when we go into man to man, strong man to man, I can understand McDuffie. He's all pro for a reason. But Sneed and the other cornerbacks ain't nowhere close
He
to.
holding Kittle. He ain't holding Kittle.
Jennings does a good job of getting he possession receptions. He gets a real good release and gets his third down catches, and so he walks the middle good. But those other players should never be get held down like that. But like I say, it was hard for me to watch that after we talk so much here about these games and so that the Chiefs to me was the team that came out victorious. I just couldn't. Now that gonna have to make me suck and bite my pride because I hate Mahomes. You guys know I don't like to call his name. I hate Mahomes. But the guy is a bad man. I'm gonna have to give him credit. Because that's back-to-back Super Bowls without Tyreek Hill, without a number one. What can I say? Yes, Spags deserves tons load of credit. But your quarterback elevates the players around you. And I will have to say, well, how much times we watch the Chiefs games and we always say, well, when them gonna learn to stop Kelsey? Because that the only fucking body you got to throw the ball to. But we say that all the time. But Kelsey gets some catches. The receivers make some crucial catches. If I have one knock on Steve Wilkes, it ain't a big knock. Steve Wilkes don't adjust properly in defense to hurry up offense. He don't get that in. He don't signal that in properly and hurry up offense for some strange reason. But his game plans are really good. But just hurry up, it look like that's a weakness to him. Cause that's from Carolina, so I just didn't like how he used to play hurry up offense. But I didn't expect Kansas City to hold San Fran to under 20. Well, in regulation. Overtime is another story, but in regulation, it ain't. It reminds me of the games there when the father had that 3 game losing streak. It just reminds me. It just feel like that. Like something was just wrong. So, but you'll get credit where credit is due, like you guys said. And Reed, Big Red, Mahomes, those guys are Super Bowl champions, back to back. Those guys got a young team that full of young players that they could build. Pacheco's a 7
And
pick.
defense. Yeah.
Rice is another player. So
The possibility to
we
get
have
two
to
games.
see. We're gonna have to see what happens with this Chiefs going forward, and then a lot of big decisions for the 49ers in the RCs, which we'll get into that on another show. But the 49ers has some key players to consider to resign or let go close to the cap, I think. So we're gonna have to see. But yeah, I mean, we got through what we wanted in terms of this the Super Bowl breakdown because, like I said, I think it's all disappointment from all of us that all of us picked San Fran for a reason. It was disappointing to see good game, but disappointing to see that they come out on the losing end of it. Now it brings me to it looks like again after effects of Super Bowl loss, heads gotta go. Basically from a Super Bowl or bust team, one casualty, Steve Wilkes. Whether we agree with it or not, we can find out right now. Shane, what do you think about the Steve Wilkes? Let go.
I think it's just. I just think I don't think everybody like kind of like the head and everybody looking at the Super Bowl. Again, I think that Steve Wilkes called a great game against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. My problem is now you guys know I've been complaining about Steve Wilkes the whole season, y'all. We had the shows. I've been telling y'all I I think when he first started, I was like, I ain't too sure with this Steve Wilkes. I could probably go back to the show and play back for him. And I said, I ain't feeling this Steve Wilkes yet. And then after a while, we had to go. We went into that kind of area where we had to tell him to come to shit out of the damn boot and come down on the field because you're calling shit. And he come down on the boot and he started getting himself a little better together. But I think it stemmed a little bit more than the Super Bowl last. I don't think it was based on the Super Bowl last at all. Yes, something had to happen. I think even like after the game, the Monday morning on my finance channels that I had to follow, the top post was finance need to make a drastic move today. Something need to happen today. And I guess the follow was to fire Steve Wilkes. Now, I think that the consensus is more than 66% people say he had need to go. I don't think he was a proper fit for the Finals defense. I don't think so. I don't think he was a proper fit for the team. I don't think he was ever gelling from the beginning when I was saying that I ain't really feeling him. My personal things against Steve Wilkes is that he'd take too long to adjust. He takes way too long to adjust. It's like she did say against the hurry up offense, but I think if he come with a game plan ain't working, he takes too long to readjust, get back on track. Now when he does, it's lights out. But you just take too long to adjust, and sometimes you can't have that. And like the examples of the 2 playoff games, you know what I'm saying? Is like you will come like the defense had to completely lost in those 2 games. I don't think you were able to adjust in those games. Great game plan on the in the Super Bowl. Great, holding on Mahomes to 19 points, like she just said. But I think it's a just fire. I just hate that everybody basing it off of the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it had nothing to do with the Super Bowl. I think it will come in regardless. Even if if we had win the Super Bowl, he would have get fired. But they wouldn't have fired him. They'd have let him. You go ahead, go look at job. Maybe not fire, but they let him go. That's my task. I think it's a just fire.
So now, this is where I feel like I got to come back to Shane and my partner Steve Wilkes.
You don't come to me, your partner Steve. You cuss the man up so much.
For head coach.
It don't
come here and disrespect Steve Wilkes like that. This way we got a problem.
I ain't disrespecting you.
First of all, I congratulate heard you say something about a scheme.
I can't understand if you fucking talk with your mouth full.
What scheme this is in San Francisco that he follow? What is the scheme?
The finals built from the line up, from the defensive line up.
Do you know
So
Steve
why-
Wilkes don't?
so
Do you
why-
know Steve
so
Wilkes
why
don't
had-
like Smith?
Why
Wait.
had defensive backs coach?
My thing is,
I don't know.
Steve
You
Wilkes.
got blame John Lynch in that case, man.
Steve
You
Wilkes
gotta
is
blame
an
him too.
aggressive coach. So Steve Wilkes is an aggressive coach in terms of blitz. He's one of the highest blitz package defensive coordinators. When I see that, it get me angry. Now with Shane and it get me angry with Shanahan and what he named John Lynch, because you hire Steve Wilkes with his own defensive philosophy, and then now I hear he follow San Fran scheme. What kind of stupidness is that? What you hire the man for if you gonna tell him he following the scheme? No. Boy. I pick it up from my partner Steve because you ain't gonna come here and mock up. I do him dirty. I don't care what nobody say. I do him dirty. Because Shanahan he fire himself. But Steve Wilkes, you ain't gonna fire Shanahan. That's the thing. Steve Wilkes held on number 3. You know who I blame in all of this? The damn players. Because enough times here we see they lack effort, they lack accountability.
I don't think I'm gonna get along with him. I think it's deeper than what you think it is. I think I think it's deeper.
Them fellas respect Steve Wilkes.
I ain't know what
Shane, Steve Wilkes is very well respected among players. No, my problem is that is it Steve Wilkes' fault that the San Francisco had way more missed tackles this year than last year?
No, you can't blame that.
Exactly. Is it this fault?
You have me say that too. You can't blame that no coach.
This is why I got this. You see, my thing is like you say, he didn't follow the scheme. But then again, when we talk about the run defense.
Mhm.
Enough times I see your line ain't containing, ain't hitting shooting the right gaps. Enough time we see a lot of missed tackles. Enough time we see bad gap control. I don't believe that's on Steve Wilkes. I believe that's on the players. I think the loss of Hufanga was huge too. I definitely believe the loss of Hufanga was huge.
In the back safety.
Yeah. But a lot of these things I can't justly see that, because you know what gonna get me annoyed? If you was John Lynch, who would you hire as your GM right now? With the way, remember all
And
positions full.
DC or G or
Yeah,
DC?
I mean your defense. Who you go hire now?
We had this conversation already. I ain't looking outside. I'm not. I'm staying inside.
Okay. Perfect answer. Because if
Yeah.
I'd ever hear you say something about
No.
break variable or some nonsense like that, I'd have throw the battle through this computer hit your head.
We had
Because
a conversation earlier. I think
because if you got something within, and I had hear you say, well, I think variable would be thing. I'd have knock you out right here through this thing. Because look at here, if 49ers got a certain way they just run the defense fine, you cannot hire somebody outside of that building and tell them to run it the 49ers way. That will not happen. Steve Wilkes was never able to run his scheme. You can't go in there and tell Vrabel, oh, we want you to be defensive coordinator. Oh,
Not a
you got to
shit.
run it San Francisco way. You know why Vrabel get let go? He and the GM couldn't even get along in Tennessee. He tell the GM, I want to run personnel. You ain't gonna tell that. Are you hiring somebody outside of that building? Are you need a yes man? Somebody that just say yes, I need a job. But I got a big issue. I don't think Shane that he was that big of a issue. But we know how defenses is. If you get a new defensive coordinator, so it takes time sometimes. It takes time. But as KG referenced today, are you still had the number 3 defense in the league? One. I had more sacks this year than last year. I don't think Shane got this big thing about the DB room. I don't rate the DB room, like, especially with Hufanga out. I don't hear you about this lemon. This lemon no me to no lemon no more. Don't never let me hear you say nothing about no lemon no.
What he do?
He's an average cornerback, Sheen.
I never see a superstar.
Yeah, but the way you just say lemon no is like he's shut down. Chavez Rod lose stripes too. He get right a lot this year.
Yeah, he did.
He get again, Tashawn Gibson, he's a very, very smart veteran, but he's
He made a fucking big mistake.
See, no, he on Gibson. He on Gibson. So my thing is, you see, this is what I think. When 3 of us are on this show,
We finish that, then I'll say. Then we're gonna go to the business aspect of it. But go ahead, finish it.
okay. We sit down here, 3 of us sit down here and talk about the lack of pass rush pressure on in some of them games in the regular season, and that man tread San Francisco defensive backfield. If them fellas if I got 4-man rush and I can't get pressure, what do I have to do? I have to send a blitz. I have to.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco could have relied on only a 4-man rush back in the day. The Bosa missed a whole training, a whole half season this year. He was slow to get out the gates. There's a reason he went for Chase Young, because he wasn't getting the production on the other side. Hargrave was okay, but he wasn't a Hargrave of the Eagles. Armstead being just solid. Kinlaw, he played better this year, but it took him a long time. That team wasn't the same fierce team like before. And somehow they put it on Steve Wilkes' plate. They say that was Steve Wilkes' fault. Well, I hope to God, Shane, whoever that defensive coordinator come out here, I don't want to hear nothing next season guys speak about, oh, this is a big time. Because when I go there and don't do that, don't tell me nothing about no.
He better have a number 1 defense.
Because I don't know.
Because any other defense is lackluster. That's it.
You see, the thing is, like I say, Shane is the 49ers fan. So Shane gonna see stuff that we don't see. And like he see, it just didn't mesh, it just didn't fit. As a fan outside, we're gonna look at it otherwise. I didn't see what was wrong for him to I honestly, Shane, This is my feeling. Not to the Super Bowl, but somebody had to get an X for the season. And Shanahan only X was Steve Wilks because he has no toys to Steve Wilks. Why he didn't fire the damn special teams coordinator? Because special teams doing
That would have been big enough.
my thing is, it is not like you say, it's only on Super Bowl. He needed a head to rule because that team was built to win the Super Bowl. And he needs somebody to just put blame on. Oh, Steve Wilks. I listened to he when he had the Zoom call. He had a Zoom call and thing like for 7 minutes. Oh, and he said the fit wasn't right. The fit wasn't right. Trade defense.
The fit wasn't right for the time you hire him.
Yeah, it wasn't
You already know why you were bringing him. You watch him on the defensive coordinator. What you mean to tell me? You saw the Eagles?
So you know D'Amico was going to be a head coach. That means you had no backup plan.
I think I've had a backup plan. I just don't know why them didn't stick with it.
But no, so now I put two failures on Shanahan and Lynch. I put Trey Lance and I put Steve Wilks as two failures. That's 2 strikes. That is 2 strikes because you traded up for Trey Lance. It didn't work out. That's a Shanahan and Lynch move. Yeah. Both of you had to sign off on Steve Wilks. And for some strange reason, he was a foul guy for this season, which I don't believe. So that's 2 strikes. When we gonna start owning up to Shanahan and Lynch being the foul guys now? I would like to know when they because the team damn near need to win a Super Bowl. You see, up to this whole thing, I quit to call out Porter, but I ain't call Porter none of these things because Porter played solid, but he didn't win or lose a game. I couldn't say Porter played like shit. Porter played to me like I said,
he played a good game.
But he played to me like Garoppolo, solid. How in the hell? And now, like I say, the season so far gone. Wilks can't get no opportunity this season. None. And then you're gonna come here. The fit wasn't right. The number 3 defense, 48 sacks, but the fit wasn't right. And that's what my first question to Shane was, and I wanted to just start a show without introducing and say, "What fucking scheme in the San Francisco? Dog, he run them scheme.
It wasn't right, man.
What the hell scheme Salah got in New York out there? He got a scheme out there either.
That's the Salah defense.
That's how he got Sauce Gardner out there, Quinn and Williams and them.
They got Shanahan and
you don't like Sauce
organization
Gardner,
for
but that's a bad man because he call out Xavier as well. But that's a sick man.
He's a sick man.
Let me go to the business aspect. I agree with everything. First of all, I agree with everything you say. But I also agree with what you say too. A head got to roll.
So you're trying to tell me that Shanahan make a punk move? But you just don't want to say
what is business is about.
That head had to roll.
You can't. A head had to roll. You can't fire the players.
But then fire John Lynch.
Right? You can't do far, man. You can't fire the players. You said, like I said, I agree with everything you say. You put the business aspect onto it. You can't. At the end of the day, you can't fire the player.
But remember, you said at the first, and yeah, we fired Steven, and it was just. It's not just to me.
I tell you, it's just to me. It's just because I from the day one, I tell you, I don't think he can fit. I don't think he would fit. You could go back to some of the first or second week. I come out and say,
yeah, I know, but you only question that because you always been hiring from within. That was the only reason you questioned that. Steve Wilks never had a fit. I cannot judge Steve Wilks from Arizona because he was wrongfully done. I cannot judge him from Carolina because he was thick. When he got the Cardinals job, his defense was top 5 in Carolina. But he was a very, very aggressive blitz heavy player. He liked to have me blitz. When he went in Cleveland to be the, I think he was a blitz heavy player, but Cleveland offense had sucked.
I think we need to come back knocking on Carolina.
Who? Evero?
He ain't gonna follow your scheme either.
He ain't gonna follow your scheme.
I don't understand. If talking about Evero the 3-4 defensive coordinator, you don't play 3-4.
Right.
So I can't get heat.
That was the last.
I mean, I know KG got stuff.
I want Vic Fangio. I'll give him to Aya.
We just said we don't run
I'll
the
take him. I'll take him.
So,
As Shancy, he agreed, but he know it was a, as he terms it, business decision. Jizzle, what you got to see? I'm coming back.
I will come back, but I ain't leaving here by yourself.
My thing is, I don't. If you know the dude is not the type of defensive coordinator or the type of play caller that you looking for, what you hiring him for? You already know he's a defensive back coach. Your defensive linebacker and defensive lineman heavy. Why not find a defensive coordinator who's just that? I want to know who hiring first. If you're John, let's shake your hand. Because you got to answer why you hired the guy. Because you just can't sit up there and tell me it didn't fit, it didn't work, or whatever. You got to answer to me and tell me, I want a press conference. I want to know why you hired a guy. There had to be a reason why you hired a guy.
Them get
You just can't now tell me that the scheme didn't fit. I want to ask, you didn't watch film before you hired a guy? Did you not watch film?
I don't know, Shane, if you've seen it.
Did you not
getting some backlash for that?
Did you not know? Did you not know that his specialty is defensive backs? Did you not know that?
But wait, Jizzle. I want to hear what John Lynch got to say about the firing.
I want to know.
Shane, you got an idea when he about to talk about this firing?
Because there has to. No, but there has to be a press conference saying why. There got to be a press conference saying why.
The phone call. What fucking press conference you want? You think it's a president? Fuck business handle. I said he fired outside. Bye bye.
He said business handle.
What you want? You want a press conference to say what? Nobody can explain why them done say he didn't fit. That's it.
That's another big ass lawsuit there from Steve Wilson in the NFL. Big ass that lawsuit there.
If you know you always hire from within, hire from within.
The thing is, I don't know the candidates that I got after DeMeco like inside the organization. I really trying to understand why them went outside of there when they know that to work all the time.
I think when DeMeco went, he went with the D-line coach. I think the D-line coach was supposed to be lined up for the next.
He went with some of them here.
Yeah, so I think that what happened from that standpoint.
But as KGC, you know how Steve Wilson runs his defense.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
But I think it's more than that, though. I think it's more than that.
Because if you watch if you watch the defense scene, Stevens didn't actually run his scheme, you know. He tried to incorporate his scheme with a little bit. He didn't run his scheme to be much.
I remember that.
The 49ers don't run cover zero blitzes. They're one of the few teams because the front four is so strong. You see them get right every time they run a cover zero blitz. They may used to it. But that's the aggressiveness Steve Wilson is. He will run cover zero blitzes. Problem was San Francisco don't know how to react to a cover zero blitz. How you run a cover zero blitz and you get no pressure?
They didn't fit.
I believe the players didn't fit. A lot of players need to start getting off of that team.
You can't fire the players.
I wasn't resigning Chase Young. He did nothing to guard.
I'm not resigning Chase Young now.
I think he still got Randy Gregory. He's got Hargreave.
You still got Jake Jackson.
I forget Jake Jackson.
You got Cleveland Farrell who
gave Kinlaw gone.
Cleveland Farrell useless.
Kinlaw got to go.
I was releasing Chavez Ward, so I had to say and build him back. I build him back as a defensive back for you.
No.
But you got this Chavez Ward that eat some shutdown kind of way.
Chavez gotta be and look it up.
But you shake your head for that he a shutdown kind of back.
Shut the fuck down.
You're right. Them shut he down. I don't understand why shutdown kind of back he is.
Back by NFL shutdown make God.
Oh God, Jesus.
If you want to shut down kind of back, the Chiefs would have keep him.
He's 27. He just making 28. They had to pay him 28.
And then PCO got Duffy. They're playing way better than him.
Them name piss him off for Duffy though. Duffy come along.
Duffy is there. Duffy is there.
Duffy there.
My thing is, I need a.
What you're looking at right now is Young is unknown. Kinlaw gone. You're gonna lose one in Clean and Farrell or McGregor gonna have to go because
No,
Jake
I
Jackson's
think
here.
remember had signed a big contract from Denver.
From Denver.
Are you pick up Randy Gregory contract?
Yeah.
But he had a big contract
Yeah,
from Denver. I don't know why Denver paid him
I
that.
know clear. Randy Gregory playing he asked off and so forth. And then you're gonna probably see we got saying Ayuk, so you're gonna see a restructure somebody a restructure to get back Ayuk. Gibson gonna be gone because you got the rookie and you're gonna have Hufanga. The two of them can't play the same position, so somebody got both a free safety.
But when Porter get him money,
We owe Porter another 2 years, KG. He got 2 years left.
Porter sit down and I can't.
what they
You can't have a Super Bowl quarterback going there and tell me. Remember, he the last pick in the draft.
But he got 2 more years in contract.
You know what the last player the draft contract is? 4 years, 3.2 million, something like that. So he only getting like 800. You can't have your Super Bowl.
Why did he get drafted?
This he told you, no. This he told
He
you.
told
Third year coming up.
He told you this.
You can't have your Super Bowl. Hey, you can't have your Super Bowl quarterback sharing a apartment with one of his teammates.
That's his choice. He choice.
He got no money. Exactly.
Yeah, for it.
You bet Porter. I guarantee Porter sitting out. Okay. Hey, other players are sitting out on 2 and 3 years of a deal, you know.
Them is divas.
Okay. Porter want more money. You
The
gotta pay for it.
end of 24 season, you gotta give him a contract.
You can have to.
That's okay. But then we gonna have thing already saying. You guys be saying.
Cause I don't understand.
But they make it 780.
So are you gonna want to come back? Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah,
he wants to come back.
No,
Yeah, he wants to come back. But the money gotta be right. The money gotta be. Is he fucking brother now? They talking chopping out. He fucking
money gotta be right.
And showing up fucking Raiders. Got a man.
See, you know he gonna get paid like a number one.
Yeah, he get paid like a number one.
So you gotta have to pay him like a number one.
25 mil.
Something up there.
At least somewhere up there.
I don't think I ain't gonna pay you that.
But one thing about Lynch very good at back ending the contract, so it'll be good later.
Well,
somebody got to restructure. About 2 people need to restructure in the contract. So.
I just find it. Like I say, all the marbles were in the place. All the marbles was in place for to win the Super Bowl this year. You don't have as good of an alignment like the 49ers had this year. Porter dominate, no money on the cap, them kind of stuff. Every year, one thing I respect Dan Quinn for. Remember Dan Quinn said at the end of his press conference. This probably was our year. You know how hard it is to repeat?
Mm-hmm.
It's damn hard because guess what? At one point, nobody expected the Chiefs to be where them be now. Because the Chiefs had sucked real bad for in the regular season. That's the point that you thought this ain't gonna be good.
Yep.
But that Steve Wilkes thing just I as much as I didn't want him to be my head coach because I just want an offensive head coach. Jeez, that they just
he never got a fair shake.
He can't catch a break.
Can't catch a break. Never got a fair shake.
It was never justifiable to me because I don't like as somebody say from time he signed that contract, it was a lose-lose situation. Mm-hmm. Because he can't run his scheme as CNC San Fran got a certain way of playing the defense. You either got to deal with how they do it or don't do it at all. So Stevens always getting to be the foul guy. He can't get out of it. But like we said, me and KG eager to hear what I don't know. I don't know if she can watch the NFL Network right now because right now everybody talking about this Stevens thing.
Yeah, they were talking about it.
Everybody.
Next couple of days.
Yeah, everybody talking about it.
I think Shanahan gonna take some heat. Shanahan and Lynch, but most likely Shanahan.
But he done taking the heat already. He done taking the heat. That's the thing about it.
I think now the eyes more gonna go on Shanahan now than ever. The fact that fire Steve Wilkes situation that happened, how everything went.
I think it's real hot.
I think the eyeballs are gonna be on Shanahan a whole lot more this year, and probably in the next in the 2024 season too as well.
I think his seat, in my opinion, I think his seat should be hot. Because guess
He
what?
in the hot seat.
If that defense take a step back next year, you can't blame the defensive coordinator. You have to blame Shanahan. So I would say he make the pick. Well, as you could see. So we'll see. But that brings us to the end of our show tonight. Like I said, this probably be our last show for a few weeks until we get closer to the
I
new
think
league year.
free agency or whatever.
Free agency is March 14th, but then
Yeah.
the 20th of February, you got that's when you can start franchise tagging, and then you got deadline. I think the 4th of March is the deadline to franchise tag. So we probably come around the first week of March just to see who got tagged and how the outlook looking for our teams in the off season and free agency. So we'll probably come back in the first week of March. We got the second week you got free agency and the new league year start. So we'll definitely come back in March, but that was end of our 2023-2024 NFL season on Island Boys Football Talk. Again, a great season.
None of us get Super Bowl victory, buddy.
One of
Jesus
us
Christ.
came into the big game, but none of us came out victorious. One team was the worst
Disgusting.
team. One team was the worst
Last
team
year
in
win
the
shit.
NFL.
This year CNE win shit. Shit.
They gotta go next year. They gotta go next year.
No, one team was the worst team in the NFL. One team was the second best team in the NFL, and then the other one just.
Oh, wait, Pat.
I said second. I said
That was
second
a-
best team in the NFL. Second
Second
best
worst team.
shit.
Second worst team. Second worst team, please.
I ain't getting it. I ain't going off the show. I ain't
Wait,
getting
that
involved
fucking
with
team I
you.
got there.
Anyways, be sure to like and subscribe our page as always. New season coming up. We'll try to get some special guests on from probably 49ers camp, Philly camp, and Carolina camp. Trying to get somebody to get on. But we'll have some persons working on getting some persons up. But we'll be back on the first week of March. Be sure to keep looking out on your Twitter and especially your Twitter accounts. We'll always keep up to date info, and we'll tell you guys when we're coming back. And then we shout out everyone as well. But that's the end of the season. End of the season for us as well. And now it's on to the off season. It's like it's a revolving door. After the season, you go straight into the off season. So definitely when we come back, we'll go through the off season needs and how cap space is looking, how the roster is looking, and what we expect as we head into the NFL season. So that's it for me. I don't know, you guys got any part in the awards?
I gotta think. Fucking disappointing.
Not other than Hassan Reddick, the Eagles gave Hassan Reddick request to seek a trade because I think he got an extension coming up. So we'll see what happens with that. But other than that,
All right.
deuces.
All right. Brings us to the end.